Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Or as one viewer said, I should welcome myself back to my channel. It's good to be doing videos again. Today we're going to look at a 3-card PSA order, all Justin Herbert cards, and somewhat of a public service announcement as well. Let's get into it. So I want to get into the public service announcement first. Probably many of you already know this, but just thought I would bring it up as a topic because I've seen it a lot lately, at least enough to point it out and want to put it on a video. So about a year ago, we meaning myself and my brother, we traded for a Ja Morant Blue Disco serial number, select Blue Disco serial number to 25. This card at the time was valued at about maybe $4,000, so we thought, and maybe between 4 and 5. So the seller was asking $5K for the card. The last sale on eBay was $4,000. We said, well, if you'll give us the last sale price as your value, as your trade value, we'll go ahead and work a deal with this card. And he was totally fine with that. Later on, we found out why. There are certain situations where people can sell a card on eBay and it's listed as a buy it now or best offer. Typically, when you see this, you'll see a card that's listed for, say, for example, $500, and somebody makes an offer of $350. When the seller accepts that offer, you'll see that the price was crossed out on the eBay listing. And in order to find out the true price, you can either go to like a card ladder, market movers, some type of service that shows the true price, or you can go to 130 Point, which is a free service. We didn't go to 130 Point for this Ja Morant, and the reason why is because it did not have the price crossed out. It said $4,000, and that was it. It wasn't until we tried to move the card about a month later that we realized that the card actually sold for $3,000. So we're like, how did we overlook this? And my brother actually looked it up on 130 Point, and sure enough, there it was. $3,000 was the sale price, not $4,000. Sometimes eBay will show buy it now as the sale price, as the full sale price, even though it was a best offer accepted. And so that was a rough learning experience. This happened about a year ago. And I brought it up, I thought I would bring it up because I saw it again with my own card. I just recently sold Rafael Devers Topps Chrome X Fractor PSA 10. I had it listed for $179.99. I ended up taking a best offer of $128.50, which I think that buyer got a really good deal on that card. Well, eBay shows it as $179.99. No cross out, no best offer accepted, just the full sale price. And then I also noticed when I went to Market Movers, they show it as $179.99. So even they didn't get the true price, the true sale price of the card. So that's another reason I thought I would point this out, because sometimes these services, and I don't know anything about Card Ladder, but I know Market Movers because I use it. Sometimes they can't even pick up the correct sale price of the card. So I would say there's two things to consider here. One is know your cards. If you're going to buy a card for any significant amount of money, whatever that is to you, I would say at least $500, minimum $500. If you're going to spend $500 or more on a card, do some research, ask your friends, look at some prior history going beyond even 90 days if you can. Understand the market for that player and understand the market for that particular card, because that's the only way you can really kind of gauge the value, the rough value of the card. And you'll see that with my PSA order today. I'm having a difficult time valuing these cards that came back from PSA. So that's one thing. But the other thing is go to 130 Point. So far, from what I can tell, 130 Point gives you the true sale price for every single card. And this is when I've noticed that sometimes eBay, even though it was a buy it now and the best offer was accepted, sometimes eBay does not show that in the form of crossing out the price. That's how you would know. eBay doesn't show the true sale price of the card. You have to go to 130 Point for that. Or you have to go to Card Ladder or Market Movers, but eBay won't show that. So you're going to have to go somewhere else to figure that out. But sometimes eBay doesn't even show that a best offer was accepted, and that's where it gets a little tricky. The other time that I noticed this recently is with Donovan Mitchell. I recently got a Donovan Mitchell holo back from PSA. Got a PSA 10. So of course I look up what are these cards going for these days? And I noticed they were trending up, which made sense because he's on a new team. Everyone's excited about the Cavs. But I noticed it was going up pretty quickly. It went from 150 to 200 to 250, and I think one sale even went up to like, I don't know, maybe 275, all within a matter of maybe a week. So it just seemed a little bit unusual. So there I go to 30 point, and sure enough, we had another price where eBay showed that the sale was, I believe it was $250. And I'm gonna go ahead and put these actual sales on the video as well, so you can see what I'm talking about. But sure enough, there it was. The actual sale price was not whatever was listed on eBay. It was something lower, which I had to go to 130 point to figure out. So that's my public service announcement. Again, most of you probably are already aware of this. Even if you are, though, I noticed that a lot of people aren't going to 130 point as often as they should. Instead, they'll look at the eBay comps and they'll say, well, the last 5 comps were this. But again, some of those comps may not be actually what they are. So it's just important to kind of do your homework, do your research, make sure you really get an understanding of the value of the cards. And I would say even on lower dollar cards, you see this happen all the time too. For whatever reason, eBay it's not crossing out the price. And so you're gonna have to go to 130 point and look at numerous sales, and you'll see a lot of best offer accepted, especially lately. With the card market softening and prices seeming to go down, you just want to make sure that you have a handle on what that price is. So that's it. That's my public service announcement. Take from it what you will. Hopefully this helped some of you, and we will get into the PSA order now. Okay, this is going to be a quick PSA reveal. We have 3 Justin Herbert cards. The first one it's called Season Stat Line. It's a purple card. It's serial numbered to 100. I'm going to give you what I believe are the PSA 9, PSA 10 prices on these cards. So if this card gets a PSA 9, it's worth about $100. If it gets a PSA 10, it's worth about $250. I'm basing this on recent sales on eBay. I paid about $100 for this card raw, and I paid $30 to get it graded. So let's take a look at what we got. It's the first Herbert reveal. And I'll do it this way. Bringing it on camera. PSA 9. Oh, bummer. Now, I will say that this one did have a very small dimple. So I just took my chances with that, and it got a PSA 9. Okay, this next one. This is a Justin Herbert Orange Mosaic Absolute. Just for the record, I'm not a huge Absolute fan, but this card looked really nice. And the person that I bought it from, if you're in the Bay Area, his name is Marv, and he is buy bids on Instagram. Great guy, and he sold me these cards raw because he said he was too lazy to send them into PSA. So I bought the cards off him. I got a good price, and I took a look, and I believed that all of these had a shot at a PSA 10. So I decided to send them in. So this is an Orange Mosaic. As a PSA 10, the lowest listed on eBay is $895. As a PSA 9, I didn't see anything listed, but I bought this card raw for about $100. So I don't know. If it gets a 9, I'm thinking it might be maybe between 1 and 150. And if it gets a 10, I really don't know. I'd be interested to hear your feedback on what you think this card is worth. I'm thinking maybe $500, but I could be way off. Again, the lowest listed one on eBay is $895, and I have not seen a recent PSA 10 sale on an Orange Mosaic. But let's see what we got. Oh, looks like a nice card. And we got the 10. So nice. So that was huge, getting that 10, because I think no matter what happens with this last card, that will pretty much save the order. It should be a profitable order. This is also a Justin Herbert Absolute Blue Diamonds. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know what this card was called until PSA graded it. And then I saw, oh, it's a Blue Diamond, serial number to 75. Got this card raw for $200. So a PSA 9, I did see one sell for $225. And a PSA 10, again, I haven't seen any sales and I haven't seen any listed. So I would imagine this card as a PSA 10 is worth more than that Orange Mosaic. But let's see what we got. And PSA 9. So this was kind of a bummer, and you can see the serial number. You could barely see it, but let me focus in. It's out of 75. It's really hard to see for some reason, but anyway, there it is. 3-card order. I'll go ahead and put a little accounting. How much profit did I make on the order? I'll go ahead and put that on the video as well, so you can kind of see roughly what the profit was. And thanks again for watching. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you on the next one.